Hey Facebook, what is up? Welcome back to yet another hot and spicy edition of Mondays with Matt. Look at that, I'm confusing my introductions to Wasabi Wednesday and Mondays with Matt. That is how out of it I am, and I'm telling you, this is going to be maybe a little bit of a raw one, guys. I'm feeling a little raw today. I'm feeling a little... like I'm in my heart. I'm feeling a little not fragile, but just, emotionally out there right now. So this might be a little different energy today, but I'm excited to have you here. What's up, Hannah? What's up, Joni? Good to see you. Guys, give us a one if you're excited to be here. To everybody watching live or watching on the replay, welcome to Mondays with Matt, guys. My name is Matt Schaefer. I am a transformational coach and speaker. I am obsessed with supporting people and making shift happen in their lives. And this show is one of my primary ways to do that. I work with clients one-on-one. I conduct amazing workshops at businesses all over the country with Habitude Warrior. And I love doing my show, Mondays with Matt, guys. This is my weekly show on personal development, emotional intelligence, transformation, leadership, all the things that I am so passionate about, the things that have saved my life and continue to save my life every day. What's up, Eric Swanson? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, my man. And guys, it's all about making shift happen. What's up, Jessica Lee? How you doing, sweetie? Rachel Johnson. Guys, I'm so happy to be here with you today. And I don't even know where to begin. Exactly, Joni. Men can be emotional too. And I have done my best to demonstrate that over the course of the last 2-3 years. I remember I was home watching, That's a Wonderful Life or whatever. It's a Wonderful Life with my parents and my sister. And I remember watching that and seeing like the main character go through the whole process of what his life would look like, what the world would look like if he had never been alive. And I started sobbing during that movie because it made me like connect with how beautiful it is, the difference that we can all make in the lives of each other, and how incredible and how magical our impact can be. And maybe we can't even see it. Maybe we can't even see the difference we're making in the lives of other people just by us being ourselves, right? And just by us being of service and us being a representation of love and of ourselves, truly being of service to other people, we can transform the world, And then that's at the core of that movie. And that principle, guys, that's magical to me because that's the sort of stuff, that is the reason that I've committed my life to this work. That is the reason that I've committed my life to helping other people and to being a student of this stuff for myself. And as I face this stuff within myself, all I want to do is turn around and give it away, right? Because I think that's what we're all here to do. We have this inner journey that we're all going on, and then it's up to each one of us as we're learning and experiencing and facing our own demons and conquering them and learning who we are, for us to share our journeys with other people. And I think that's the core of our purposes on this planet, right? And so often I see the opposite happening. And I feel it every day, right? So the opposite of us turning within, facing our stuff, having all these breakthroughs, and then sharing it with other people and serving each other powerfully, that's not an easy road, right? The opposite of that is to run, right? Is to run away from that. Is to try to escape from that, because it's hard. And I know it's hard, guys. I know it's hard to do this work. I know it's hard to face your ego. I know it's hard to really to come up against your fear and your edges and your discomfort and your worthiness and your pain and your childhood and your conditioning, and it's fucking hard. It's hard. And I know because I do it every day. And Melissa Benedetti, what's up? What's up, Amanda Davey? But here's the thing, guys. We can't run. We can't run from ourselves. Because you know what happens when we run from ourselves? We do not become the greatest iteration of who we are. We don't help the world, you know? Eric says, stick in the pocket is what I always say to myself. It works. I love it. So guys, here's the thing. You got to stop running. So wherever it is in your life, and this can look a lot of different ways, guys. What could running mean in the context of which I'm saying it? Where can we be running in our lives? How can we be running, right? And what are we running from? What are we running? Can everyone else see this video because I'm in the dark? Oh, you can't see it? I hope everybody can see me. see, Cinnamon. Cinnamon has, if anybody right now has a bigger reason to want to run, a bigger fear. Cinnamon had just got diagnosed with lymphoma, right? With cancer, Cinnamon. My heart breaks for you, Cinnamon. My heart breaks for you that you're going through that. And kudos to you. I want to acknowledge you, Cinnamon, for sharing that, for having the courage to share your journey, to share the fact that you're now having to deal with cancer with the world, right? With the public. That is so freaking inspirational that you're doing that. And guys, we have to stop running. Because it's not like you ever get away from yourself. So what are the ways we run? What are the ways we run? We run by avoidance, right? We run to avoid. We run to escape. We zone out. We zombie out. We watch TV. We get drunk, right? We lose ourselves in bullshit relationships. In just, just whatever. We run, we escape, we drink. Melissa's like, we drink. There are so many ways to run, guys. There are so many ways to run. Running is being in denial, right? Running, one of the ways we can run is denying the truth of what it is that we have to face in our lives. Being in denial about it. Rationalizing our self-destructive behavior. Is that a way we can do it? Yeah. Being self-destructive and then rationalizing it, making it okay. Another way we can run, guys, is by surrounding ourselves with other people who are also running. That's an easy way. Isn't that an easy way to run away from our problems? To surround ourselves with other people who are doing the same shit? That's an easy way to do it. Yeah. Melissa's like 1. Yeah, give me a 1 if you've done any of these, guys. As I'm saying them. Have you gone into denial? Have you escaped through substances or sex? Have you surrounded yourself with other people who justify the behavior? Have you been self-destructive? Have you sabotaged a good thing in your life? So many people. Have you just zoned out? Have you just zoned out and just zombified out in watching an entire season of Game of Thrones, right? Just because you don't want to deal with your stuff. Just because you're in pain, right? Because what are we running from? We're running from the pain. We're running from everything. We have to stop running. We have to stop running from the pain of our lives. We have to stop running from what we're afraid of. We have to stop running from the truth about ourselves. We have to stop running from what's not working in our lives. Because here's the thing. You can never outrun what's not working in your life. You can't outrun it. You can't outrun what you're afraid of. You will never Netflix away your pain. Do you see what I'm saying? You can't treat cancer with Oxycontin. You can't just numb away the pain of your life permanently. Guess what happens? When you try to take painkillers to escape pain, guess what? They come back with a vengeance. It's a temporary fix. It's a short-term delay with a long-term payback. It doesn't get better. I tried to do that, guys. What's up, Aaron Whip? How you doing? What's up, Jennifer Hooks? How you doing, girl? I tried to do that. I was in so much pain in the middle of owning my restaurant. I was in such a crisis of who I was, such a crisis about what I was supposed to do with my life. It was agony. I woke up every day feeling this terrible sense of pain and regret. And so you know what I did? I said, you know what? Maybe if I do enough drugs or if I just drink enough, it'll all go away. Guess what? It didn't. It got so much worse. This is what happens when we run, guys. We make it worse. The more you run from the fear in your life, the worse the fear gets. The more you run from your lack of self-worth, the deeper that lack of self-worth gets. This is the danger of running, right? Is that not only do you not escape the things you're running from, but they actually become stronger. You're feeding those things. You're validating them. You're giving them power. So all that Netflix that you think is a harmless escape, if you're using that to medicate, you're actually making the things you're trying to get away from in your life worse. You got to be careful, guys. We got to be careful to run. We got to be careful with running. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm happy to know the authentic and awesome me now too, Eric. Because that other version of me, he kind of sucked. I mean, not really, but he was tough. He had a lot of stuff he needed to go through. He had a lot of suffering that he had to go through. And when you run, you suffer. It never gets better. Terrence Sailors, how you doing, my dear? So here's what we get to do, guys. We get to stop running. And we get to realize that we are strong enough. We are strong enough to stand up against anything that we have to face in our lives. There is no fear. There is no worthiness conversation. There is no pain that you are facing in your life that you are not strong enough to handle, that you are not strong enough to face down. Truly, this would not have been given to you. This pain, this fear, this obstacle, this crisis, whatever it is, it would not be given to you if you were not strong enough to deal with it. Truly. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Sometimes that teacher will be an experience. Sometimes that teacher will be an abusive relationship. Sometimes that teacher will be cancer. Sometimes that teacher will be the destruction of everything you know yourself, you thought that you were. But you're ready, or else it wouldn't be happening. And the only thing that's going to keep you from being able to face it down and push through it and learn the lesson that it has been brought into your life to show you is if you try to run from it. You can't run from it. The lesson will chase you. It will keep coming up in your life. The pain will keep coming up in your life. That self-destructive relationship that you run away from instead of dealing with will keep coming back for you. Until eventually, Melissa says death. Yeah, and then that's the tragedy, guys. I don't want anyone here to die running from themselves. Because here's the thing, guys. That's what you're running from. When you're running away from your pain, when you're running away from your fear, when you're running away from all the things that you're facing in your life, you're running away from yourself. You're running away from your life. Who the hell were you to decide that you didn't have to suffer in your life? For many of us, suffering is the most profound growth and the most profound expansion that you will ever experience in your life. And on the other side of your suffering, on the other side of your fear, on the other side of your just panic, right? On the other side of that firewall is the next version of yourself, is the next evolution of who you are. And you'll never get to see that person. You'll never get to see that version of yourself if you do not turn around, draw a line in the sand, and say, you know what? Not today. I'm not running anymore. I'm not going to die on the run like a friggin' vigilante trying to escape from who I'm meant to be. Does that resonate? Give me a 1 if that resonates with you guys. And guys, if this resonates with you, if you dig this, please share this. Let's get this out to people. People need to hear this. There's so much pain out there that so many people are dealing with. And I can't pretend to sit here and know, Cinnamon, what you're going through with the cancer that you're experiencing right now. I can't know that. I watched my dad go through cancer. I watched my mom go through cancer and a double mastectomy. I watched my dad have a heart attack and have to have his whole chest buzzsawed open. I've seen my parents go through unimaginable stuff, right? And I've been there for them and I've supported them, but I can't know what that's like. But here's the thing, we are all suffering in our own way, right? We all have our own pain. We all have our own worthiness. We all have that voice in our head telling us, who the fuck are you to stand and face me? Who the fuck are you to try to create a better life for yourself? Who are you to stand in this pain and push through it in the other direction? So many people, guys, take the path of least resistance. So many people live half-lived, zombified lives, just spending their entire life avoiding pain, their entire life avoiding suffering. Ashley loves my mom. Yes, you do, Ashley. I keep forgetting you and my mom work together. That's so great. So many people, guys, spend their entire lives on the run, trying to escape themselves. And that, to me, is the greatest tragedy that exists in this world. So many people spend their entire lives plugged into a goddamn TV, plugged into a bottle, plugged into, and here's the thing, guys, I feel the pull too. I'm not sitting here talking like I'm just this, messiah about this stuff. I'm facing it every day. I feel myself wanting to escape. I have pain in my life. I have uncertainty in my life. I am experiencing it on a daily basis. I get to go in front of rooms full of strangers every day and face down my worthiness conversation every day in my job, okay, in my work. It can be very challenging because every day your ego comes up, right? And this is the thing, guys. I keep showing up because I am committed to facing my pain and facing and not running from it, right? And thank you, Ernesto. That means a lot to me. He says I'm changing people's lives every day, and that's what I'm here to do. And I'll die doing it, and I'll die happily doing it. David Goggins, I don't know if you've read his book, Can't Hurt Me. The guy is a real character, and he's got a lot of really cool things to share in this book. He was a guy that, I don't know if you heard of David Goggins, but he became a Navy SEAL, even though he had to go through Hell Week 3 times, and then he became an ultra marathoner, and then he beat the world pull-up record, and he's done all these insane things, nearly killing himself dozens of times in the process. I mean, his book is freaking bananas. And before he did all that stuff, he was a 300-pound exterminator. Obese exterminator, living in the shadows, spraying rats. Yeah, he's known as the most badass dude alive, and it's actually legit, right? And so this guy was spraying rats before he watched a documentary as a fat, overweight, just like loser, right? And then he saw a documentary on the Navy SEALs and said, no matter what it takes, I'm going to do that. And that was the moment at which something clicked on in his brain, and he lost 100 pounds in 3 months so that he could make the Navy SEAL training. And so he did all this crazy stuff, right? And at the end of the book, the last thing he talks about in the book, it's in his audio commentary on the audio book. He says that, I guess what I always envisioned was that when I die, I'm going to go up to God, right? I'm going to go up and I'm going to meet God. And God is going to meet me. And he's going to say, and every time we die, that God is going to go up and he's going to show you like a little clipboard. And on that clipboard, he's going to show you the life that you could have had. And he thought of it, and he said, what if I had just been that 300-pound exterminator my whole life, and then I retired, and then I died. And then I went up to heaven. And I saw, God comes out with his clipboard and says, oh, you could have been a 190-pound Navy SEAL and an ultra marathoner, the most badass man in the world, and a primitive backwoods firefighter. But instead, you spent your entire life as a 300-pound exterminator and died of a heart attack. He asked the camera, he's like, is that heaven? If you know that you could have had this life and you die living a completely lesser life, does that mean you get to spend the rest of eternity in heaven, or is that hell? Is it hell dying with the regret of the life you could have had? Woo! That hit me deep. That hit me deep, right? Do we want to die knowing that, there's an entirely different life, an entirely different impact that we could have had, but we chose not to do it because we spent our entire lives running, because we spent our entire lives in fear, because we spent our entire lives in pain? I can't do it. I can't do it. Nothing terrifies me more than the thought of a half-lived life. Nothing terrifies me more than the thought of spending my entire life running from my pain, running from my issues, and then just dropping dead and having God look at me and be like, well, dude, you could have helped, millions of people. But because you chose to sell out and spend your entire life trying to be comfortable, you didn't help. You helped a fraction of what you could. You did a fraction of what you could did. You took advantage of 10% of your gifts. That isn't what I'm here to do, guys. That's not the game I'm here to play. I'm 100% in. What's up, Robert Booker? How you doing? Amanda Davies. Sorry, guys, I've been on a little bit of a rant. I want to say hi to everybody. Sabrina says, I'm sure as hell not leaving this world in regret. Dang right, girl. I am telling you, you are not. You're not. There's no greater thing than regret. Cinnamon says, dear Cancer, you picked the wrong fucking woman. You dang right, Cinnamon. They did. They had no idea Cancer had no idea who they were messing with, did they, Cinnamon? I freaking love it. I can't wait to hear you beat this thing and come out of it. You should do a Facebook Live on it. I think that'd be really powerful. I don't see a lot of people with serious illness talking about what they're going through so courageously. So guys, give us a 1 if you'd like to see Cinnamon do a Facebook Live on declaring her victory over cancer. Give us a 1 if you want to see that. I would love to see that, Cinnamon. So I'm challenging you to do a Facebook Live declaring what you're going to stop running from. And you know what? Why doesn't that be the Matt Challenge this week? Because I think, guys, one of the most powerful ways, what does it look like for you to stop running in your life? And what would it look like for you to declare that in your life right now? What do you want to stop running from? I challenge each and every one of you, Matt Challenge for this week, to write a post, or even better, do a Facebook Live declaring what you're committed to stop running from. Post it in the comments here first. That's a great first step. What are you committed to stop running from in your life right now? Are you going to stop running from your worthiness conversation? Are you going to stop running from your destructive decisions around relationship? Are you going to stop running to a bottle every time you start to feel pain? Are you going to stop running to friggin' Game of Thrones or the latest Netflix series instead of dealing with your stuff? What are you going to stop running from? Are you going to stop running from your scarcity conversation? How you're not worthy of money? About how you're not worthy of love? About how you're not worthy? Yeah, Melissa's like, oh my, I'm calling you out, Melissa. We're going to be talking about it later. Sabrina, 2 years sobriety in June. What's up, girl? I'm so proud of you. What's up, Misty? How you doing, my dear? Not quite a replay. I'm live. Guys, so what are you willing to stop running from today? What are you willing to stop running from right now? That's the thing. Amanda says she feels like people will think she's not smart. I'm telling you, listen, Amanda, here's something I want to make very clear to you. Other people's opinions of you are none of your business. Other people's opinions of what it is, of what they think about your intelligence, to hell with that. Who cares? You get to be unapologetic about who you are, what you're committed to, and what you're committed to not being anymore. What you're committed to not doing anymore. We do not have the time or the energy or the bandwidth to waste ourselves and waste our precious gift we've been given running from what we're worthy of, running from abundance, running from frickin' freedom. At the end of the day, guys, this is what we're doing. We have to stop. We get to stop running from our freedom. Because here's the thing. When you can spend your life running from your fears, you are a prisoner to your fears. When you numb yourself out temporarily, you're throwing yourself in the cell because they're coming back with a vengeance. You gotta stop running. The only way to be free is to stop running. Because freedom exists on the other side of your pain. Freedom exists when we take on responsibility. There is freedom in responsibility. There is freedom in pressure. There is freedom in living a big, juicy, full life of service. There is freedom in facing your bullshit. There's freedom there. But only if you say so. Only if you choose to take it on. You know what I'm saying? Give me a 1 if this relates to you guys. I'm sick of pussyfooting around with this stuff, guys. I'm sick of it. I'm telling you, I was crying right before I got on the show today because I have been feeling a lot of fear, and the pull to run away from it has been profound recently. The pull to escape has been deep. And I have to draw a line in the sand and say that I just can't afford it. I cannot afford to do that. Hashtag no pussyfooting. It's so true, guys. It's so true. Yeah, Robert, and here's the thing. If you're woo-woo, stop running from that. Own that. Declare that. I'm super woo-woo. I do a woo-woo show most Sundays. I meditate. I've had out-of-body experiences. I'm into it. Right? If you're woo, own that. Stop running from the truth of who you are. Stop running from the truth of what you want to do. If it scares the shit out of you, great. That's probably a good place to start. Let your triggers be your guides. Let the things that are scaring the crap out of you be the guideposts to go in that direction. We got to do this, guys. Turn into the things that scare the crap out of you. Lean into the things that just make your whole body just like suck up like that, right? That's what we got to do, guys. It's the only path, because you'll never find what you're looking for just hoofing it in the other direction. You'll never find it in a bottle or in a drug or in the body of another person. You're never going to find it there. You're never going to find it there, truly. Helen says, sometimes focusing out is the only thing that gets us out of ourselves. Absolutely, Helen. And focusing out is one of the greatest ways. Serving others is one of the greatest ways to push through our fears. It truly is. You can't be afraid and in committed action at the same time. Like the fear dissolves when you stop making it about you. In a lot of ways, fear is a lot of times fear, guys, is just your own resistance taking over and making it about yourself. When you stop making it about you, you stop being so damn afraid, right? Tiffany says, woo, is such a fun life. It is. It's fun, but it ain't easy, is it, Tiffany? Living a woo-woo life, taking on spirituality, doing all this stuff can be really challenging. It can be really hard. But that's okay, guys. Life wasn't meant, I hate to say this because I don't want to be, negative Nelly or whatever. Life wasn't meant to be easy. Life wasn't meant to be this autopilot comfort cruise. You came down here with very specific things that you wanted to create and you wanted to accomplish. And those things are not going to be found in a 3-season Netflix watch or in a bottle of scotch. We have to take a minute and just ask ourselves, what are we trying to escape from? What are we numbing out from? And what is it costing us? If you need motivation, what is your motive? If you need motivation, look at what you could have done in all the time you have spent running from yourself. Look at all the things you could have done. Look at all the people you could have helped. Look at all the stuff you could have learned. Look at how much you could have grown. I'm not saying you have to be I'm not saying that you can't relax and you can't have fun, but you gotta be very discerning about what's the why behind why you're doing the thing. What's the why behind why you're having the drink? What's the why behind why you're watching the thing on TV? If you're doing it to relax, if you're doing it to hang out with people, and what's the why behind you sleeping with that person? I'm not saying that sex is bad. Sex is great. And it can be very healthy, and it can be a great outlet and a great release and a great component of a healthy relationship, truly. As long as you're not using it to escape, numb out, and disconnect from yourself and disconnect from your life as a permanent source. Are you medicating? There are so many different ways to medicate, so many different ways to become addicted to something other outside of ourselves. And you just have to be very, very, very conscious of that. Have fun, relax, do great stuff, do fun stuff. You can have some drinks, I don't care. There's nothing inherently wrong with that, as long as you don't do it for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? This is it. Journey says, I know why I'm watching this, to get pumped. Yeah, girl, that's what I am all about. Sabrina says, I'm going to come up in this next lifetime for my next mission. Without challenges, life would be dull. Exactly. We don't want life to be too easy, guys. Nobody wants to watch a movie where it's just like smooth sailing and you whatever, go to the store and have dinner and then you go to bed. No one wants to watch that movie. No one wants to have that life. You want to have some drama, right? You want to have some conflict. There has to be obstacles. There has to be something for you to overcome. There has to be triumph. That's how you grow. Sabrina says, Ghetto Mad is out. Oh yeah, girl. You don't even know. You don't even know. But yeah, guys, God is watching. Put on a good show. Give God something that he wants to pop some popcorn and binge out on your life. Don't you want to have a binge-worthy life? Imagine God is watching you on Earthflix or whatever. You want God to want to binge out. You want God to be like a series of cliffhangers with your life where he's like, oh man, this last episode was so good. Screw it, we're doing another one. Isn't that a funny thought? To think about God binging out on like Earthflix of your life. You don't want him to just want to flip the channel after 10 minutes and be like, wow, this guy's life sucks. Because he's just been settling and selling out his whole life. Nobody wants to watch this. This is hilarious. I think this is like the basis for like a show. God just watching a bunch of humans live different types of lives. So that's the thing, guys. God is watching. Put on a good show. Stop running from who you are. Stop running from what you're afraid of. Stop running from everything that you're worthy of, because on the other side of your resistance and your pain and your suffering and all this stuff, guys, is the greatest iteration of who you are. Is the highest purpose of what you're capable of. I'm glad. Give me a 1 if this is resonating with you guys. And give me a 1 if you're willing to face something that you're running from tonight. Give me a 1 if that's something you're willing to do, because I want each and every one of you to do that. It's an exercise I'm doing this afternoon. Earthflix and chill. Oh my God, I love you guys. You guys are great. Earthflix and chill. You hear God just get on the phone like, Donna, like from Family Guy. Donna, come over. Let's Earthflix and chill, man. I got some popcorn. I would watch me. Yeah, have a life that you would want to watch, right? This is what we all get to do, guys. And I really, really hope, that this landed with you. And I love you too, Sabrina. I love you guys dearly. And I want all of you to just stop running from something. Because even if you're showing up in some parts of your life, I guarantee you that you're running in others. Okay? It's not like we're all in and all out. There are parts of our life where we are avoiding stuff. So look at the different parts of your life, your relationships, your job, your substance abuse, your TV watching, your whatever, and look at the why behind it and ask yourself, where am I running? And what would it look like in my life if I stopped? What would I gain? What price am I paying for the running that I'm doing? And what am I going to do to interrupt that shit? What am I going to do? It's time to interrupt it. It's time to move on. And it's time to break through. Because I stand for the greatest version of each and every one of you. Just like I stand for the greatest version of myself. Every single day, right? So guys, I hope this landed with you. I hope this resonated with you. Thank you, Sabrina, Robert, Lana, Alyssa, Ashley, Tiffany, all you amazing people who've been watching the show. If this landed with y'all, please share it. If y'all know somebody who wants to be coached into their highest version of themselves, connect me with them. Please, I am looking to work with amazing people. And just thank you for being a part of this show with me every week. It's my therapy, working through this with you. And Cinnamon, thank you for taking on cancer, drawing a line in the sand, and saying that you're not running from it anymore. I am so excited for you, and I'm so excited to see what greater version of yourself lies on the other end of this scary-ass illness, right? That's what it is. That's what it is. Ashley says it's true commitment to want to be different, to get off your ass and do something different. Yeah, get there and you're halfway there, guys. This is the foundation of making shift happen, is realizing that you get to pivot. It's realizing that something's not in alignment and you get to go, right? Wow, Cinnamon said she was laughing so hard in her hospital room. The nurses came in to see if she was okay. I love it. I love it. And Sabrina, oh, thank you for constantly inspiring me and delivering a message I need to hear always. Beautiful soul and grateful to know. Thank you, my dear. I love you dearly. I love all you guys dearly. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I feel much better just having had this experience with you. Melissa, I love you, girl. And guys, I will see you next week on Mondays with Matt. Look where you're running in your life. Turn a pivot and say, no more. Gandalf, draw a line in the sand. You shall not pass, because I'm not going to allow that to happen anymore, guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you next week on Mondays with Matt. Bye, everybody. See you later.